up, people? At the moment I'm just knocking out this prop spacer. I've got this far. This is one side complete. Now I need to put up my 4-jaw chuck and clock this in, machine the other side, which will be a counterbore in the back, and just machining it to the right length. To be honest, I'm going to keep it as long as possible. Then I've got to somehow, what I'll do is I'll make up a transfer punch, which will be machined to the exact diameter of this hole with a little nipple on the end, and then I can strike it and get an exact hole position. In the footage I got yesterday, I think I showed that I'd made these Delrin bushes. Basically, they go up in here. So yeah, they fit in there like that. Bolt in a standard position. I'm chopping about 10mm. There's usually about 10mm because it's like a top hat shape, like basically this, but on the top. So I've got rid of that, which raises the subframe of the diff up into the subframe by 10mm, right up tight in there. And I've knocked up this mount, which is more than adequate for what we're doing here. Eventually I'd like to make tubular subframes. I think that is all that I've done today, is knock that out and start knocking this out. So what I'll do is I'll take this out, put up the 4-jaw, clock it back in, machine the opposite side, which shouldn't take me very long at all, and then I've got holes to drill. Basically with the 4-jaw, so this is a 4-jaw chuck, 4 independent jaws, so each screw is independent, whereas the 3-jaw, you wind the square drive and all 3 jaws go in and out on a helix. So with this one, it means you can get it really precise. So as you can see with this one, we're on 99, 96, so we've got 0.3 millimeters of run out, and we want to get that bang on. I've got to skim this face and get it bang on to this face, which obviously I can't clock up, so I'll have to take a skim, hope that these jaws are pretty close, and then I will just take it out and measure it and see how far out we are. I've marked out 2 of the holes. Let's see. You can see 1. So what I've done is I've just machined this bit of threaded bar to 10mm and left a little pip on it. So I machined the little pip, and then the little pip acts like a centre punch. Spacer completed. I need to change the nuts and bolts. These won't quite pull in. What I'll probably do is machine up some threaded bosses and just weld them on the back. All solid bushed. Front diff mount complete. So that's the diff all completely mounted properly. Prop all done. So in an ideal world, I want to fit all this back in the car and check the lengths and whatnot. I've also got to move the subframe. Hang on, let me turn this over. Right, so I've also got to move the subframe over 5mm, but there's enough clearance on these holes to do so. That was already slotted, and I was using these stepped washers. 12mm hole in the middle, and 18mm diameter step, so that gives me the 4mm to move over. Sorry, 3mm to move over, and then I just need another millimetre or 2, which I can do by either just elongating those holes or elongating those holes. And then once the position is bang on, I can just weld washers on, so it always goes on in the same place. But yep, some milestones are being hit at the minute. all of this is done. So lower control arms to sort out, and then the twin caliper set up and all the brake pipes. But yeah, a tow arm and lower control arm is what's next on the agenda for this rear end. I've also got this Micra crank because I've still got a flywheel over here that needs to be skimmed and lightened for the high compression engine. So tomorrow I will cut that up so that I can mount that and clock it up. While I've got it all out, I might as well get on and do it. I've decided that this cylinder, this engine, this cracked block, I'm going to take the head off of it and the PAS delete and all of that rubbish and put it on the 1400 engine that I've got in the shed, and then I can build a 1400 for my daily on a Dizzy head to make it simple, keep all the original management then. Anyway, gonna call it a night, so catch you guys in the next one.